we've left on the compressor, the Bomb Factory BF76, and the maximum, the master. Got those on so you can hear much louder, and it sounds even more funkier for you guys to hear it back. Now, here in the bass line, got a bass line right here. Now, I also used an EQ, so I'll use an EQ before the compressor. Now, the reason why that is that we want to EQ the bass to get the right frequency, right? So it's going to go right back here. We're going to go to our first effect, which is another compressor, which is the BF76. Then we have our standard compressor limiter that comes with Pro Tools. I'll mute that, and we'll play it back. So I know it matches up with that kick drum. So I'll go back here just to solo it now. Go back to my EQ. Now here we're using this EQ to provide some sort of really cool sound to it. So it's somewhat of a really nice sound here. I've got things to add warmth, essence, where it's a bass guitar set up. And I've got it set up here. I want to make sure that I have this bottom here. So I'm hearing this gain here. I'm making sure that I'm in a frequency that's not going to compete with the kick drum, which is so important to do. Particularly when you're mixing music. You want to make sure when it plays on the radio, no matter where it plays at, that you're going to have, I'm going to pull the EQ up now for the drums. And we got them both here, see? So simply, as you already know, you can put this button here, you can see both plug into the same time. And you see these frequencies are a little different now. So here, you can see I'm right here. Here. And that's about 250 hertz right there. 223 about right here. Okay, you got that? And I'm boosting that mid there. See that? And not much here on the low end there. The bass isn't there. So, but my kick drum is over here. So I got my kick drum right here. And that's at about 73.8 hertz. As you can see, move it up and down. So I can move it up and I can move it over here. So I don't want to have it on the same frequency as the bass line. It's very important to do, okay? So when that's established already, just want you to see that. And next here, on my EQ for my bass line, so you can see here it is right here. You'll notice also I've got my compressor, which is right here. So I'll turn that on. See what happened? It sort of brought it down somewhat. You saw that? But it compressed it tighter. Let's do this again. Okay, there it is there. Now I'll turn it on. It made it tighter, a little more smoothing all the levels, so not this up and down thing where you hit it and you get this punch in, then the boost up of the signal, and then the signal deteriorates somewhat. Now, I go to here and add this one in. So here that's a little bit stronger now. So I have a compressor now here, and the purpose of this Bomb Factory BF76 is to try and get more output. So I control the output. So what I have going in, I increase my input and my output here. I got an attack up here, about 3-to-1 ratio right there. Here's my release here. And I got it just where I want to have it at, so I can have it in the mix. Then I'll play it back on the track. And I got the feel. So that's how I use my bass line. I make sure I got the EQ first, then a compressor. And if I need to boost it up more, rather than boosting the audio here on my compressor, I might turn the gain up here so much, right? Rather than doing it there, I felt it was better to bring another compressor in so I can get more input into it. And send a higher output out, and you can see it sort of smooths it out really well. Just turn a little of the gain up on the Pro Tools compressor limiter. That sounds great.